In this video, I'll be showing you how I made this collage-style animation in Procreate Dreams. Most of the images you see here I got from Unsplash and removed their backgrounds in Procreate using a combination of the selection tool, or like the automatic selection and the lasso tool, as well as manually erasing the edges just for more precision. You don't have to do this, but I like to do it. And there's probably better ways if you're using other programs to remove the backgrounds. Use whatever way you prefer. Then I import the entire Procreate file into Dreams. I do this by swiping up from the bottom and then putting Procreate also on my screen. I'm sure you don't have to do it this way, but it's just the way that I do it. And then separate the tracks, ungroup the layers. I use the same animation techniques throughout the majority of this process, setting keyframes for position, rotation, and scale, and warping the plants to sway. Someone who is really good at warping in Procreate Dreams to learn from is Art for Ange Studio. I want to say I found her through TikTok and Instagram, and she has some great YouTube videos about character animation with the warp tool. So she uses Procreate Dreams and the warp tool to create character animations that look like this. And then for this in the corner, I'm actually going to add an overshoot. This is a very common technique in animation where you are going to have it pop on screen or pop off screen. I have it do both. So you have to set a measurement of 0 for your first keyframe and then have it animate a little bit bigger than you want the final position to be, and then make it a little bit and then make it the final position. So essentially it gets a little bit bigger than it needs to, and that adds a nice little pop effect. You'll see here that I'm actually reducing my frames to 4 PS, so I will have it play 4 animation frames every second. Normally, animators who are hand drawing their animations work, I think, in 12 frames per second, and then most motion designers like myself work in 24 frames per second. And then if you are a gamer, you obviously want to game at least 60 frames per second. But the reason that I'm reducing the frames is so that it is more choppy. It's to mimic stop motion animation, and honestly, it's not as flexible in Procreate Dreams as it is in other programs. So like in Adobe After Effects, they have this posterize effect where I can add it to each individual object, and I could make one object be like 60 frames per second, and I could have the other one be 2 frames per second, and I like the customization of that. But I don't think there's a way to do that in Procreate Dreams, unless you want to just like keyframe everything. So what I'm saying is you could have it be 12 frames per second and then manually animate changes only like 4 times a second if you wanted to do it that way. But for convenience sake, I'm just setting my FPS low. I've gotten some pretty cool results with this. Here's the Z that I made for last year's 36 Days of Type. You've probably noticed that this is not a very beginner-friendly tutorial. That is because I am learning Procreate Dreams right along there with you, but I wanted to show you how I made this specific piece. If you want a more beginner tutorial, you can do this Bardot brush tutorial, Bardot brush. She has a lot of great Procreate Dreams videos. I think I did a few things differently than her, but if you need like the vocab and step-by-step instruction, she has a lot of great videos. When Procreate Dreams was initially announced, I was very excited. I think if this is your first animation program, this is a fantastic place to start. But because I am a professional motion designer, I work in a variety of other programs on my computer. It's been hard for me to adapt to Procreate Dreams because I have expectations and like want to do a bunch of things that I do in those other programs that it just doesn't have quite yet. However, Procreate is one of my dream clients, one of my favorite companies, and I'd like to work with them someday. So I want to master this program. And sometimes the best way to learn something is by trying to teach it. I have an idea for a series. I want to take existing animation tutorials or learn from, like, I have several animation books. Maybe I can make videos of applying those principles of animation in Procreate Dreams. So if there's a tutorial that you've always wanted to do, but it's in another program and you have Procreate Dreams, leave it in the comments down below. I will check it out, and if I can figure out a way to do it in Procreate Dreams, I will make a tutorial on it eventually. Thanks for watching. If you're still here, leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos. Until next time, bye!